Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another one. It's your boy, CT, Mr. Raptor and the rest of the 90s Nickelodeons. And we have the man with the schism and the death row shirt on, Mr. Audie. Well, our boy Chris is not feeling well, so we wish him well, and we wish that he's feeling better and can get back soon. We are the three not so wise men talking wrestling, and I don't know. Okay, cool, that is.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how have you been, my guy?
Busy. Very, very, very busy. Yeah, that's all I can really say right now. Okay. Hopefully good news on the horizon.
They currently have the number one contenders match with Swerve in Our Glory and FTR coming up now. But
I wish I was watching it, but it's cool. It's cool.
We are going to be, where are we starting with, actually?
I can tell you exactly where we're starting with. I want to start on a celebratory note before I get into my bullshit. Simone Johnson made her debut in NXT.
As currently known as Ava
Raine. Yep. Yeah.
When she first took off the mask yesterday, I was like, who is that? And I'm like, that's The Rock's daughter. Oh shit, that's The Rock's daughter. Because I haven't really been paying attention like to her. Mm-hmm. And I think she hasn't even been on Level Up. But she's made her NXT debut.
Yeah, fourth generation.
Yep.
Fourth generation.
I think the only fourth generation wrestler that I know.
Yeah. All right, let's go to it. Rude is not. Is there any Von Erich that is wrestling right now? Because I'm pretty sure they will probably be in there. There's not a no, there's not a fourth generation from my book. And if you know that if there's a fourth generation wrestler, please put it in the comments. Also, like and subscribe to this channel because we are taking off. We got a whole bunch of things coming now. So, yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell us that we're a bunch of idiots. We'll argue with you until you prove us wrong. And if you,
then again, we're not so wise men talking wrestling.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, I don't remember if there is a fourth generation. I'm fairly certain it is because there's a lot of legacies in wrestling right now. I like the fact that she got this pretty much on her own. She didn't get the fanfare of being The Rock's daughter. She's getting acknowledged as The Rock's daughter throughout all of the news. And that's cool because it's fact. But I chose to say Simone Johnson because the work that she's done before got her to this moment, not anything else. There's a lot of legacy acts that don't make it. So, yeah. Congratulations, Ava Raine.
Yes, very much congratulations. We have 4 teams out right now to watch, or we have FTR and Swerve in Our Glory, but also the Gun Club is out there because they're making fun of FTR. But then the Acclaimed has just come out to watch the match as well. And there's a "Oh Scissor Me Daddy" chant going on.
That's good, but that's bullshit. I want to say that, like, the acclaim being there.
Well, no, because it's the number one contenders match for their titles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've been at war with the rest of the world for the past 2 weeks.
Okay.
Sorry, looking up shit.
No, it's cool. But yeah, them being there, cool. It also adds to the story of the Gun Club and them finally getting back at it, which is cool. Also, the issues that Swerve in Our Glory has with management. and FTR is finally getting their shot. This is probably one of the most compelling stories that is going on right now in wrestling. But everybody loves the Acclaim, and it is crazy.
Yes.
Topanga loves the Acclaim.
I love Topanga.
Yeah. Yeah. Always have, even when she was the gypsy girl. But yeah. But again, congratulations to Ava Raine.
Yes.
Now, what I want to do, I really want to get into that. Nope. Because when I get into the shit show, I'm gonna get into the shit show.
I mean, I have something else that you would probably just get into another, not really a shit show, but you're just going to be talking, you'll be talking a lot about it.
Okay. So we can probably push that to the end, but I want to cheer on Randy Orton real quick. They're saying that we heard in the past weeks that his recovery wasn't doing too good. Not his recovery, but his physical therapy wasn't doing too well. Now there's reports that they do not expect him back by the end of the year. If they don't expect him back by the end of the year right now, we're 3 months in. 3 months left. They probably won't even expect him back by Royal Rumble. So
I would say keep him off until like Mania. Like we already know he's not going to be like in the title picture per se.
He's not going to be in the title picture. He's not going to be in Survivor Series. However, they're going to be doing this day one thing. He's not going to be there.
They canceled day one.
I thought they was going to call it. They was going to do something else. I thought they was moving it to. I have to check the reports, but I didn't know that they outright canceled day one.
They're not okay. They didn't cancel day one. I think they are changing the name of the pay-per-view. It's not going to be day one. That's what I meant.
Yeah. All right. So there's that. But we had a lot of injuries this year. We had a crazy 2 months, 3 months from April to June or whatever. Still prayers to Big E. Yeah, I'm liking how your recovery is going and everywhere, and I'm just praying for good health, a swifty recovery, and getting back into this business.
The most recent one was Hangman getting his concussion last week.
Yeah, prayers to him too. I don't know if we said Thunder Rosa. We said Thunder Rosa, but there's stuff going on there. Like there was rumors that she was getting ready to leave AEW, and she was like, "Nah, that's not happening." But yeah, we've had a lot of injuries this year. A lot of shit. Cody is still gone.
They did a promo for him on NXT.
Yeah, the Halloween Havoc, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a great sign. So hopefully 2023 will be a lot safer, a lot less injuries, because we done missed out on some great stories because of all of these injuries. But
before anything, I'm gonna have to Keith, my guy, my big ass bear brother, think it's time.
No. You think it's time for what? Now what I think you're saying?
I think it's time.
Oh, okay.
I really do. He has that LeBron going on.
It's all right. He'll come back smooth. It probably happen soon.
He has a nice shaped head to do the bald look.
Yeah. Yeah, and it probably adds to his elegance.
Yes.
Yeah.
The audacious elegance that is.
Right.
Chitherd. Lee. Even though Keither isn't a real name or word.
Yes, Keith Langford. What is it? Oh, now question, because I'm veering away from WWE real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The Kingdom made their AEW debut.
Yes.
I know nothing about the Kingdom.
I don't know too much about them besides Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis Bennett Kanellis. I forget how she says her name. But oh god. My thing, not even my thing, my belief is that they're setting up for the last ROH pay-per-view. And it's going to be the Kingdom versus FTR.
Okay.
Because that's like they don't have the AEW tag team titles. They have the ROH, IWGP, and the AAA titles.
Mm-hmm.
And how AEW has been really going out of their way, like going out of their way, constantly promote the ROH titles and not, the AEW titles. Because when was the last time that Wardlow, defended his TNT title?
Yeah.
The AEW title gets looked at all the time, but when was the last time, the tag team titles, even though they are on the Acclaimed, meant something? To the point where even like this match, luckily, is for the AEW tag team title, like contendership, but yes, I hope that once 2023 comes, they stop promoting ROH so heavily. Granted, they have been said that they should have a weekly TV spot.
Right.
And just like everybody else has said, we would rather ROH do like Friday Rampage, like ROH Rampage.
Yeah.
Instead of being AEW, because Rampage just isn't clicking right now.
Yeah.
And it's also because the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I think this is what I think. I think that Ring of Honor is not going to go on Rampage. It is not. There's this thing that is going on. There's this contract that is going on with Time Warner. Warner Discovery is trying to implement a lot. One of the things is that they are actually happy with the product that they have for AEW, and they're trying to get ready to formulate something for Ring of Honor. And if you know anything about Warner Brothers, they care about money. If you know anything about all the messed up stuff that they done for the DCEU, which they're now just turning into the DC universe.
And James Gunn is in charge.
Yeah. So, and but a lot of stuff was a money grab, which is a lot of reasons why when they rehash Batman, the Joker always makes an appearance. There's Batman has a badass rogue gallery, but we get the same people because they're great with merchandising with that. So they're not going to do anything except add on to Ring of Honor, give them their own show. Rampage will probably be brought down earlier because Time Warner is probably going to say, hey, we're not going to do a 2-hour Rampage, but you're going to compete in the second hour of SmackDown. because that's where the market is. It's too.
I would so rather Rampage be at like 7:00.
I would too.
Well, I know why it's not, but still, like.
Yeah. But there's also, when I said there was a lot of stuff that was in the works with Time Warner is starting to market AEW as a sporting event. They started during the World Series. During the playoffs for baseball. They've been promoting AEW as a sporting event. They're going to make it to where they're going to try to do what Fox tried to do with WWE.
Oh yeah,
that was given them after the TV show afterwards. Like all of these podcasts and stuff that's going on is great for the internet or whatever, but they're going to do that for. And this is just a guess. I'm not boldly stating now. I got sources, but they want to make it a sporting event because marketing it as a wrestling event and not a show as WWE. What's happening?
They're trying to superplex. Keith Lee. And it was just Dax by himself trying to do it. Like, this match is fucking awesome.
Oh, I know it is. But yeah, they're gonna do the after hours sports and round the clock sports. So expect to see stuff like that happening with them because they realize how much money they made off of such a, I don't want to say a small budget, but in comparison to a lot of stuff that they got
compared to like what WWE gets, like they've more than made up for like what they're paying for. So they're obviously going to get a lot more money.
Right. And them promoting the Ring of Honor belts does two things. It coddles the fan into a sense of comfort. So when the Ring of Honor get their own show, it's easier to say, "Oh shoot, I want to watch this too."
Yeah.
It gets you more comfortable with the type of wrestling that they have, with the characters that they have. It gets the fans more familiar with a smaller brand. So them doing that by the end of this year, when we hear of a Ring of Honor contract happening for a TV spot, then we'll see the transition over. So that's like the big reason why. And Time Warner is going on full blown blitz mode with AEW and Tony.
So FTR lost. But the way that they lost, and now the Gun Club are attacking them. So what happened? They Strickland threw Cash to where the Gun Club was. The Gun Club held Cash. Strick low blow Dax, and that's what gave them the win. So at least, like, it was not a shitty win, but at least like they didn't lose clean.
Yeah. And this is further solidifying Swerve and Our Glory as heels.
Saraya, I don't know what her name really is, but
Saraya. She put it in there and says, I pronounce it Saraya. So.
She's been getting really physical. So, yeah, she is not injured.
Yep.
She is clear.
She's going to be wrestling. Yes.
Oh, gosh. Sammy Guevara.
Yeah. So that brings us to, since Sammy is on, that brings us to Karl Anderson. The New Japan said, hey, you need to vacate the belt. And Karl said, I ain't vacating shit. So now, with that, do we believe that there's a possible story going on with this and with New Japan and WWE? Is it a work?
It's a work.
It's a work?
It's a work.
Okay. So what would be the issue with Karl supposed to be on that show the same day as Crown Jewel?
Crown Jewel isn't in December. Crown Jewel is this Saturday.
They got a Saudi Arabia show that is supposed to be conflicting with New Japan.
No, I think it's just another
It's another show.
Yeah, it's another.
It was Crown Jewel.
I really want to say that it. What day is Wrestle Kingdom? Hold on, let me see. Because it's in January.
I thought it was. They got something in November. Hold on.
Guys, we're doing this in real time.
Right.
Anderson. Because
January 4th.
Yeah.
That was the first one. Hold on. Let's see what let me get to,
because here's my thing.
From the 4th to the
8th. There is a possibility that could be the true Forbidden Door. For the fact that you have Karl Anderson going to go up there and defend his never open weight title.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks that Kenny Omega is going to be facing Will Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom.
Right.
And also, there is a possibility that FTR goes over there and defends the IWGP tag team titles.
Yeah, they're going. There is an event that is happening on 20 November. There is an event that's happening in November because FTR said that they were going to be at that event. They were going to wrestle at that event. I got to find that.
Let's see, November 5th, the same night Anderson scheduled to okay, so it is November 5th.
Yeah, but it's a different event. What event is it? It's not Battle. Is it Battle? It's not Battle Autumn.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right.
Oh, do you think they should just let MJF be a tweener?
No, he's gonna. I already had said this. Whatever he's doing right now, I know CM Punk fucked up a lot because that was literally supposed to set off the originals versus the veterans, the WWE veterans. How that set off, how that has been going, has been shit. It still possibly can happen. We had Bryan Danielson get into it with Wheeler Yuta, like, and that could be a changing point. He teamed up with Stokely, and he got a couple of WWE stars there, but you see the hesitation with that. William Regal lit a fire up under him. This could be the start of that. But in this regard, that he's going to be a face, and he's going to be the face of the company. Like, he's going to literally be like, I'm fighting for this company that I put my blood, sweat, and tears in. This is the one that I am, and I'm not just going to let y'all guys just up and come take it just because you're superstars. And so, yeah, I think that this is going to be a huge, huge battle, and he's going to be faced. His assholishness is going to he's not even, it's going to be a point where you're going to see a switch flip, and he's just going to be intense, and he's not going to be like the asshole heel. He's just going to be angry, coming and fucking everything up. And so his stuff is going to be more impassioned, because we already got his origin story. Like everybody that he came across, he has an issue with in WWE. He had an issue with CM Punk. He got an issue with William Regal. I think he said something about Bryan Danielson. Like there's shit that he's got going, and his stories have been very compelling. And it makes you want to hate the WWE in a way, like, damn, y'all did all of this to him. But William Regal played it off so good. Like, I did that to drive you. And if you can't handle that, oh, you got a long way to go, baby. Like, that was, man, that promo was amazing.
Yes, it definitely will. So, MJS being interviewed by John Moxley's wife.
See, I'm gonna have to go and watch the highlights. I'm gonna have to find a way to.
And she's like, "How do you feel about wrestling John?" And he takes the mic. He's like, "Oh, this is John."
Yeah. Oh, MJF is great. Where's the other one? I want to make sure that I got all of this before I get into the shit show, because I already mentioned him. The Kingdom, Randy, Simone, Karl, changes in AEW. The change, again, for the people that don't know what I mean by the change, they're trying to change them into a sports event. So they're gonna, there's a lot of big things, but we're here now. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna get into it. We weren't here last week, so this week we got an update on the All Out Brawl. We already know that what's his face? Alex, or whatever that guy's name is, he's gone. Yeah. They're in conversations about buying out CM Punk's contract. All Elite, well, the Elite is getting ready to return. And when you like, okay, this is almost over and done with, we get news that Triple H has softened to the idea of bringing CM Punk back to WWE.
Yep.
I want to propose a theory. It would be in CM Punk's best interest to not sign back with WWE.
Yeah, I just would rather him just retire.
Here's the reason why I say it. Triple H is petty. Triple H will sign him, give him this big grand interest, welcome back, get that bump, get him for a couple of weeks, get that bump, whether it's heat or not, and then bury him.
Yeah. And it's like, there's no point in CM Punk coming back. Like, there really isn't. As much as I am on his side, for the most part, it's just a lot easier if, just chill, relax. You had his run in AEW, though extremely short and riddled with him getting hurt, wasn't bad. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
And talking about the Kingdom.
Hey. Yeah, no, it wasn't. I mean, he even helped get Hook over.
Mm-hmm.
No, nobody was saying send Hook until he said it. Send Hook.
Everybody who, okay, yeah, so I have a strange feeling that they are going to be facing for the ROH tag team titles. But right now, they're going to be facing Warjo.
Okay.
Which I could care less about Warjo, honestly.
Yeah. I wasn't big on him. I was excited when Warlow was teaming up with FTR, but that's because it was FTR. But it's like they don't know what to do with Warlow right now. And let's put him in a tag. That sounds very Vince-esque. But I think with everything,
go ahead to this one, because it's the annoyance coming out.
The annoyance,
Sammy. But the thing that they are stuck on right now with the buyout is his not compete. So that's what's getting everyone speculative that he's possibly going to the WWE.
Yeah,
but I don't see. I just don't see it. Not in this landscape of wrestlers.
Yeah, no, I think that if it's all right, I have been probably the biggest CM Punk hater. Originally, it was kayfabe hate. I hated that he was so good. Like he was getting people over. His matches was a little sloppy, but the storytelling was still good. The turn, for some reason, that turn with Adam Page was, I don't know, it bothered me. And then to hear everything that comes out around all of that time and everything that has happened, I think this has been one of the most unprofessional moments in wrestling history. Like we've heard of brawls, we heard of backstage fights. Normally it happens after, but you're doing a press conference and you're trying to bury everybody every chance you get. It was just like it was unprofessional. And for me, it was like I really don't like this. But to a lot of fans, I think it changed the way that the fans looked at him. So now you got him being pretty much a pariah in the wrestling world right now against the landscape of a bunch of up-and-comers that are doing a damn good job. We didn't have so many injuries, and we had a lot of people in AEW step up. We had so many injuries in WWE. We have some of the veterans step up, but we've seen a lot of new faces. We've seen a lot of people that didn't normally get shine the way that they should get like real time, real shine, and they are taking that torch and running with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn are a little older, but the way that they are dominating that space right now, not like with just wrestling, because we got a lot of great wrestlers in WWE right now, but the way that they took over is like, what does he add?
Yeah. He doesn't add anything necessarily besides like a name, but the way that he's working right now, he can't contend with a Roman Reigns right now.
He can't.
He can barely contend with him and Sami Zayn. No.
Sammy right now is on a whole nother level of where he's at. Like Sammy, right now he couldn't even clean Cody's shoes. Like when Cody comes back, it's going to be amazing. Cody, the entire time until the injury, shit, even during the injury, has been just simply amazing.
On the with the injury, and it's just
and then Bray Wyatt just returned. Like we're not even talking about like some of the big returns and how it's already shaping. I mean, the Miz storyline is weird, but it's cool. Like it's interesting. It's like, okay, where's this going to go? What is going on? In a minute, it's going to become a little redundant, but I think that they know how to pull the trigger.
I mean, it's been redundant, but now the fact that they're actually getting physical with each other, I'm like, okay, I'll give it like an extra to the end of the month. Time.
But
like, after Thanksgiving, they still haven't done anything. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
No, they're gonna do something. Shit, Gargano came back. Like, there's no place for him on the roster.
No, I'm signed because JBL is back.
Yeah, I like JBL, but
I don't feel like he's actual Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer by name, not by anything else but name. If a rose by any other name smelled that sweet, it wouldn't be JBL because he smells like cow shit.
Okay. Now, we'll get back into JBL. Got less than a minute. We'll be right back.
Yes. And we are back.
Yes. Now, JBL. He was, I think that he's a Hall of Famer, not because he was like some big star. I think that the roles that they gave him, he worked phenomenally. Everything from the Acolytes of Apocalypse to him being this super rich businessman. His commentary work, he was the heel commentary. Like it worked. And JBL don't really get a lot of appreciation for that.
Oh no, you're saying, and everything you're saying is correct. I just don't like him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll move on.
He's a bully and just annoyance, and that's why he got beat up by Steve Blackman. Punk. But then again, Steve Blackman was the lethal weapon.
Yeah, he was.
Like, from what I was reading, something that Val Venus said, was like, yeah, JBL kept sticking his thumb up fucking Blackman's ass. And Blackman was like, yo, stop doing that. He did it one more time. And it was the same night Owen Hart had passed away. It was like before the show. And Val was like, all of a sudden he does a 180 and Blackman, pow, 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 pow. JBL hit the ground. Like, fucking weird sicko.
Yeah, not knowing that story. Not knowing stuff like that about him. Another reason why when I talk about CM Punk being unprofessional, he's I want to say he's part of that older culture, but he's like he's the bridge.
Yeah.
And for him to act the way that he acted was really just it was unbecoming of any professional wrestler. And that really bothered me. I wish that he wasn't so goddamn sensitive.
Told you these wrestlers are sensitive as fuck.
But I also think that sensitivity wasn't to the point of where he made it out to be. I think that it was more so he made a play. He didn't like what he said because it was coming from Hangman.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't enough to be like, all right, I can't stand this guy. But then he thought of, I can be champion. Let me bury him. I'm going to refuse to lose. They're going to have to call audible. They want me to stay because I'm one of their biggest money makers. They're going to do this. And that, I believe that was the move. Just where looking back, I said a couple of weeks ago, I said when Heyman lost the title and he came back out and he said, well, it don't look like I'm going to be challenging for the AEW title anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I asked y'all, like, why do you think he said that? Like, that didn't make sense. Like, why would he just throw that out there? And it was because of everything that happened in the background. And he truly thought, and it really looked like it, the summer of Punk was gonna happen. It wasn't gonna stop anytime soon. When MJF came back, it was gonna be that. But karma caught Punk and he got injured. They wasn't able to live it. So it was gonna be this for a moment. Like I don't know, I'm beating a dead horse because it should already be over with. But this sport, this entertainment is so good that to see somebody do something like that, it was just like a stain. It's just a stain and it breaks my heart. Especially, like I can see some younger guy that thinks he's big enough for all of that to try that. And then get reamed. Let him get reamed. Let him get beat by the culture and all of that. But now, even now, it's like people talk about it. People say how bad it is. I have not really heard anybody say, CM Punk is just trash for this.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nobody, and everybody kept quiet about him. As far as if you weren't a big name, seeing it coming, hey, we tried to warn you. Like, the older veterans was like, well, we did say this is Punk. This is the Punk that I know. I don't know what y'all do. But yeah, he should just retire.
Yeah. And like his wife is in charge of WoW, which shout out to my girl Penelope Pink.
Shout out.
And my girl Arillis, so she is a part of WoW as well. A lot of people are really hot on WoW. So it's like, yo, I know you love professional wrestling, but at this time, professional wrestling, I'm sorry, doesn't need you.
Mm-hmm. Just go sit somewhere for a minute. Become a commentator for Impact or something. Do something else. I don't want to. I really don't want to hear you. So please don't do that either.
I mean, he was good at commentary, but everything that he did, it was gold. What's going to happen? He's going to do a backflip? I knew it.
All right. What was the thing that you said was going to send me over?
Oh, it was the actual, wow. It was the whole Forbidden Door thing with Karl Anderson, possibly Omega and FTR all being on the same show.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. You already know what I'm thinking. If this is a work with New Japan, that means that New Japan is doing something with WWE.
Or at least with Karl Anderson while he still has the title.
What if he doesn't?
Sammy Guevara just did one of those Andrade's moves.
Okay. But what if he don't lose?
Then I have no idea. Then you might be right.
Okay. Wow. This is the first time that you said I might be right. I'll take that. I'll take that. Because there's.
But I also like, he was always scheduled to work through Wrestle Kingdom. So that's why I'm just like, I don't know.
Check this out. Did you hear that when DX was making a return, that they were so close to having Billy Gunn coming back to the point where they had travel arrangements for him? They had travel arrangements for him.
But the WWE had to do WWE things.
I blame this one on Tony.
Why? Because all he said was that you have to acknowledge that he's in AEW. That's it.
That was not it. They wanted WWE to put a AEW watermark, logo mark on the show during that time. Don't you know how it would have WWE in the corner? It would also have AEW in the corner. No. We're not promoting your business. Honestly, we don't even have to say anything because we already know where everybody is. Wrestling fans know where Billy Gunn is.
He's daddy ass.
So we don't really have to say anything. You know, Billy Gunn would have went on there and he would have made a statement about AEW.
Or he would have just been like, if I got 2 words for you. Scissor me!
Something. It could have been something that would have showed a good faith. And honestly, Tony, it would have been a remarkable thing in history to have that happen. But because Tony got an attitude, that's what that was about. When Tony decided, I think they playing on my head top. I think they playing on my. I think that they think that I'm a joke around here.
No, because when everybody was going to Impact, and when Impact would come to them, they would do the watermark. Not really the watermark, but they would show like Impact, this person, or they would put something on there like saying that it was Impact. It wasn't actually the AEW watermark, but they would like go out of their way to acknowledge that. They would go out of their way to acknowledge like the other person's promotion.
See, how often did that happen?
It was just with Omega. Sammy Guevara was supposed to be on there, but Sammy Guevara was just being a complete dick.
Hold on, no. When has WWE done that?
Never.
They did it one time, and that was acknowledging that who was it? Was it Mickie James? Was the Impact what was it? She was the champion during the Royal Rumble.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what just happened. Because it was Phoenix talking, then all of a sudden Luchasaurus came, and then Orange Cassidy came. So I think it's another triple threat match for the All-Atlantic title. What were you saying again?
They did it one time, and I believe it was with Mickie James.
Oh, Mickie James, yeah.
Then that was this year. Yeah, Royal Rumble this year. So it doesn't with WWE. It doesn't happen because honestly, it doesn't benefit WWE to do it. And if you're trying to do business, there should be a benefit both ways. And it would have been it's way more beneficial for Billy Gunn. With Billy Gunn being on WWE, it was way more beneficial for AEW than it was for WWE. Because again, they did it. They didn't acknowledge. I mean, they acknowledged him, kinda, but they even didn't really mention much about China. Like,
Did you did? X-Pac did.
Yeah, X-Pac did, but it wasn't the representation of that. It is kind of like a passing mention. I mean, it's X-Pac. X-Pac's going to do what X-Pac's going to do. But if they can do that with China, Billy Gunn being there is not is big historically, but it's not big for WWE. So everything that they
Eddie Ass is the most over person right now. He's more over than Triple H, more over than Shawn Michaels, more over than Road Dogg, more over than X-Pac. Because did you know that Billy Gunn is older than The Undertaker?
Yes, I did know that.
The fact that him and R-Truth are like the two oldest people in wrestling right now.
Don't look it at all. But knowing that Billy Gunn is the most over, when Billy Gunn comes to Raw, the fans are going to say Scissor Me Daddy. There's nothing that you needed. All you needed to do was let Billy Gunn be Billy Gunn. And WWE was going to, in a mention, acknowledge AEW.
God damn. On November 1st, Billy Gunn turns 59.
That man. Yeah. But if Billy Gunn came out, the fans would have cheered. Anybody who didn't watch AEW is going to wonder what the fuck Scissor Me is. And it would have. And honestly, you could have just said, hey, let one of your announcers, when he comes out and they scream Scissor Me, just do the Scissor Me Daddy ass. And the fans are saying Scissor Me Daddy ass. Badass Billy Gunn is doing. Like, they could have done that. And it would have drawn.
Road Dogg, Lisa James. Badass. Hey.
It's
that ass.
Yeah. Yeah. And however it would have worked out perfectly for AEW. But because now Tony thinks that AEW is against them, which I don't disagree with. I think that Triple H is as competitive as Vince, but Triple H is more as I love the competitiveness because it brings more money. It brings more views. It brings more everything. I think that would have been one of those moments where it was cool. You know, we'll do a truce for today. And he was asking for too much. He didn't have the pull in that moment.
Yeah.
But yeah. And Billy Gunn, Road Dogg said that he was heartbroken, that he couldn't get him. And he said, I know it was heartbroken for Billy. But
sorry, I'm watching our girl Jamie Hayter.
Hater.
She's facing Riho.
How excited were you when you saw Riho come back?
Huh?
How excited were you when you saw Riho come back?
I was confused at first. I was like, who is this little child jumping around? Because I don't remember her in NXT. Was she the one that would transform from a little girl to a superhero?
Don't know too much about NXT in that time.
No, it was recently.
Oh, nah. What I know is that Rio has probably got more ring experience than most people in wrestling right now because she was wrestling since she was like 4 or something like that. Like she's been in ring wrestling since she was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was excited because it's like Riho has been she's one of those ones that could have really been a superstar, but because of COVID, it messed her up.
Somebody lost a shoe. A knee cover? I don't know what somebody. Yo, these refs are blind. Like, there's been 2 occasions where the ref has, the ref has saw an individual grab another person's foot, like, and they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like Aubrey saw Jake Hagar snag. I was gonna say Cesaro. Claudio's. She didn't toss anybody out, and the referee now just saw fucking Britt Baker grab Riho's leg and not do anything. It's like, yo, either these refs are out of position or these refs need to actually do their jobs.
They're out of position. That has been one of the things that has been kind of bothering me. That has been a lot of that going on in AEW. There's a lot of times people see stuff. It reminds me of when they first started. They were very lenient on a lot of the rules. Like they was trying to promote it as it was real wrestling, this, that, and the third. But 10 counts weren't being called for everybody being out. People were hitting and like interferences, and they won't call disqualifications. It was just stuff, and now it's coming back, and it's frustrating when you see it. Like what I try to do is really just focus on the wrestlers, but when things are undeniable, it's just really, really bothersome.
Annoying.
I'm trying to get to both events in Texas and Garland and Arlington. The Ring of Honor, I believe it's the pay-per-view event that is happening in December. And then they got another Dynamite happening. I'm going to try to get to both of them. Hopefully, you come through with because I also put in for, and I'm putting this out there in the world, and I'm tagging the media for AEW. I put in for a media press pass so I can conduct some interviews, and I should get there. I done talked about y'all a lot. I done gave y'all a lot of praises. Yeah, there's been some critiques from me lately, but
if you can't take critiques, then
yeah, but it's all done out of the love of wrestling. What happened?
When did Elmo get a dad?
When did Elmo get a dad?
Yes.
I don't put Elmo on screen. I will have to get clearance for that. But don't.
When did Elmo get a dad?
I don't know. I haven't watched. How old is Denise? Denise is 14. It's been over 10 years since I watched Sesame Street. Even though I've seen this theory. Shout out to the film theorist on YouTube. Go check him out. He got a lot of great theories. There's one theory about Dora being cursed by a fox demon, and it makes a hell of a lot of sense. But I seen one where he was talking about Elmo. You remember Elmo going off on The Rock? not the Rock, but on a rock because it was a rock. And yeah, he goes into an entire story about Elmo's friend being mean to Elmo because the Rock is imaginary. She acknowledges that the Rock is imaginary, but she talks shits about him all the time. He's been physically and verbally abused by this Rock because it's something that she wanted to say. But the worst part about it is like, oh, she's a little kid. She doesn't have that sense of moral there. She wants Elmo to be on the. She wants Rocky to be on the swing to stop Elmo from swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not her fault. It's the goddamn adults that are around that allows that shit to happen. Like because you will see, and he breaks it down like she does this, and what happens is, Elmo says he got a problem with it, and the adult says, no, let Rocky get a turn. Let Rocky do this, let Rocky do that. And so the issue is the reason why the adults do that is because when Big Bird used to have, with Big Bird's friend, Mrs. Snuffleupagus, was around, they only used to be able, he only was seen by Big Bird. He'll be talking to Mrs. Snuffleupagus and everything. And then when he tries to introduce him, Mrs. Snuffleupagus runs away. And they clown Big Bird for it. Oh, you're just crazy. There's not a real person. That's your imaginary friend. And when they finally shown them, they was like, oh, okay, so next time when a kid says they got an imaginary friend, we should just actually play into the fantasy. So
maybe the dad is imaginary.
Maybe. And
all right, we've been talking about Elmo a little too much on the rest.
I'm sorry, but Elmo, if Elmo dad is real, he needs to start talking to the adults, or it starts coming across their heads for the abuse that he had to suffer for all the years that he went out to get milk.
But then again, I did ask, when did Elmo get a dad? So
he went out to get up some milk, and he just came back 30 years later.
I would too, having to listen to Elmo's voice every day.
Yeah, no, Elmo got that dog in him.
Her tattoo is a bruise because of her stockings. But anyways,
yeah,
it's wrestling.
Right. Is there actually anything else? Because I think I touched on everything that I've came across.
I mean, we do have Crown Jewel this weekend. If you want to try to,
we can do that real quick.
All right.
Let's pull up the match card.
Granted, I know for a fact I won't be watching until later in the day.
I'm gonna have it in my ear because I'm going to be working.
I will be doing anything but watching the show.
Is there a particular reason?
I'm not a big fan of the Crown Jewel and the regime of Saudi Arabia. Also, they have it super early, so I'm usually sleeping. And I have to work that day, so yeah, probably sleeping.
This is Roman and Logan.
Which that night, his brother's going to get his ass kicked by Anderson Silva.
See,
and if that doesn't happen, then it's fixed.
It's not fixed. Is it? What people don't realize when it comes to MMA's fighters getting into boxing is that they're fighting two battles. They're fighting the person across from them, right? Who is trained to box, right? In most martial arts, the striking with the hand isn't as technical as it is with boxing. Their strikes is normally to distract, to hit, to hurt, to distract, to make them feel a little bit of pain, but it's not really to knock them out, right? But, so they got a guy that is trained to knock people out with just their hands that they got to fight against. The second battle is they're mixed martial artists. They're so comfortable with using their feet that now it's kind of like fighting with one arm. You want to swing that other one. You want to kick, and you can't. So now you got to have this in your mind. I can't kick. I can't kick. I can't kick. And that is very, very, very distracting. And if you put a boxer in a boxing match against an MMA fighter in a boxing match, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, that boxer is going to win, just because of the discipline is different.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, you get a boxer that's going to go into MMA, they're going to get their ass kicked. Easy. Because now they're trying to swing. And as soon as you stick that arm out, as soon as you do one of these, that arm is and they're putting them arm bar and everything. So it's kind of hard. And then they got to learn to kick, and they don't know about the angles and the applying the different type of force in your kick in order to actually do real damage.
Jamie Hayter might actually get her chance to vie for the women's title.
Good, because honestly, she deserved it more than Toni Storm. But that's me personally.
Eddie Kingston gets his 30 seconds.
But yeah. But so,
there are only 4 matches on the Saudi Arabia card.
Mm-hmm.
We have Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross in the steel cage match.
Oh, okay.
The OC versus Judgment Day. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. And Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul. I would think Drew McIntyre is going to win against Karrion Kross.
I'm with you with that.
I can see the OC losing.
I can see that too.
Yeah, I see the OC losing to Judgment Day, and then them running the back real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Bobby Lashley and Bobby wins against Brock Lesnar.
I would want that to happen.
Same. Ooh, another tag team match. Daddy Magic and Hard Nipple Hard is going to be wrestling the Blackpool Combat Club. And Roman Reigns is obviously going to win against Logan Paul.
I see one more. Braun Strowman versus Omos.
Oh, yes. For some reason, they don't have that up, though. I see that giving it to Omos. Even though Braun Strowman should win.
I don't know how I can call this one, because honestly, they both need to win. Like this one is big for both of them. I think that it probably will be Omos, and I believe that it won't be a clean one.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking that it's going to be Omos.
Yeah, because they're trying to get Omos to be that monster, and then they brought Braun in, and he's that monster.
Now he's the monster among monsters, not the monster among men.
Mm-hmm. But I think Omos gets it. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Is. Ooh. That's kind of light, though.
Yeah. Only 5 matches. But I mean, I guess, because I know when after the first time that whole stuff happened, a lot of people did not want to go back.
Where's the women on this?
It's Saudi Arabia, bro.
Yeah, but they had women on Saudi Arabia. I mean, the Crown Jewel show.
I know, but not always. So, and if I was a woman, especially with everything, oh yeah, they're even doing a daddy ass birthday bash.
Let's go. I'm definitely watching that.
So yeah, okay, it's going to be a triple threat match for the All Atlantic title.
How do you feel about this push that Orange Cassidy is having?
He deserves it.
Now, where would you put the All Atlantic title in the rankings?
Above the TNT title?
That's saying a lot.
Like above the only thing, above the TNT title. Yeah, because all the other titles have some type of stick going.
Mm-hmm.
John Moxley is the AEW championship, so he's obviously going to be above that.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Cargill is still the number one champ, AEW, and what her and Nyla Rose are doing is fucking hilarious. Like at least to me.
Oh no, it's good. You weren't here, but I had asked. You were in and out. I had asked Chris, did he know that was going on? He didn't know. Oh man, it is so good.
Did you see the Rampage?
With them trying to look for her?
Yeah, and she stole the car.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have said that she was going to stay out there all day and not have her stay out there. That's just so. But Nyla Rose singing, hey, Jay, what's going on? I was just laughing my ass off.
Her being on Twitter with the belt is amazing.
She got a coffee from Starbucks and it said TBS champion.
I missed that one.
Mox, Jade, it's kind of in between. No, tag titles mean a little bit more than trios title right now.
Yeah.
And then it's the women's championship, All Atlantic, and then the TNT. That's kind of the rankings that it is for me.
Yeah. So with that, there's some things that need to change. There gotta be
next week. Who we think's going to win the titles from like each promotion? So who we think's going to be Roman? Who we think's going to be Gunther? Who we think's going to be Wardlow? We already know who's going to beat Moxley.
Yep, we can do that next week. We can have that list of who we think, and I'll make sure that we put it in the chat for Chris.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be good. And y'all was supposed to be doing the 4 pillars. Who are the new pillars?
Oh yeah, we can do that too.
Yeah, we can make this like a whole list episode. Yeah, we can argue it because honestly, I know who I think would have to be Roman, and a lot of y'all would probably disagree with me. But y'all might agree. I mean, because I see it playing out 3 ways, and I'm gonna save it.
Yeah.
But but with AEW, there's a lot that has to change. I'm glad that Nyla Rose is doing this because Nyla Rose should be the only real threat for Jade right now. It's like just power and all of that. She got the experience. She's been a champion before and all of that. Like everything states that Nyla should be that one.
Mm-hmm.
They did drop the ball with her, but it was also COVID going on and all of that. And Britt Baker made that. You wasn't watching then. You wasn't watching when Britt Baker started her rise.
Yeah, no.
Oh man, it was good. It was so good. Listen, she did a whole conspiracy gimmick that they've been trying to take her out. because every time she gets into a match with somebody, she got a broken nose,
a broken arm, her wrist.
Yeah, all of that, like all of this happening. Like there was even the time where she had a bloody lip or whatever, and she did her little her finisher, and they got her on a shirt, and I wish I would have got this shirt with her face being bloody and she just smiling like because she had just won, and it all went back up to the top.
Mm-hmm.
It was I think it was Riho and Hikaru. Those two were the ones that were the culprits in her conspiracy. Oh, it was amazing. Yeah. It was amazing. Her and the broken leg, and she had Reba drive her out. It was, man, there was so much. Britt was on fire at that time, and she hasn't really lost it. Her assholishness is still pure, and I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah. But now Nyla is the only real threat to breaking Jade's run, and it should be that way.
Mm-hmm. But there's my boy Bob.
All right.
I don't know if there's anything else that we need to talk about.
No, there's not.
You can go ahead and use your outro because you know how I feel about everybody.
Yep. So pain is only temporary. Success is always comes from pain. I don't want you to just survive. I want you to thrive in everything that is going on. I know we ain't got that much time. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you love. That's watching wrestling. And there's going to be videos around here. So check it out. I don't know what it's doing. Check out the last video that we got. But until next time, peace.
Peace. And shout out to my boy Dom. Get off, boy, for winning.